Alright guys, Llew Gibson here. So today's going to be a really quick video just to show you exactly how to maintain muscle on a cut. So it's going to be 5 quick tips that are essential that loads of people miss out on what they do when they cut in a calorie deficit to lose weight, lose body fat, and they find that their muscle just goes right down. They lose a lot of muscle, and it's hard-earned muscle as well. There are ways to prevent that, and you can actually maintain all of your muscle on a cut, believe it or not. I'm going to explain to you the reasons why you think you might be losing muscle when you're actually not, and I'm just going to give you 5 tips that you can use that's really easy to use, and you will actually maintain all of your hard-earned muscle. So I'm actually 13 weeks deep into my prep now for classic bodybuilding. I'm 6 weeks out. I've barely lost any strength, and I definitely haven't lost I don't think I've lost any muscle personally. I just want to explain to you the reasons why you think you might be losing muscle as I tell you the tips. So I'm going to start off with the most important tip, and I'm going to work my way down. So tip number 1, put yourself into a slight calorie deficit. So this means you're not doing an aggressive cut, no crash dieting, nothing like that. If you do that, your body's going to be shocked, you're not going to be able to cope, and you will sacrifice muscle because of the low calories that you're going to be on. So first of all, I'm assuming that you know to lose muscle, to lose weight, to lose body fat. I've done videos of this. This is probably the norm now. Most people know how to lose body fat. You need to put yourself in a calorie deficit. So that means it's as simple as energy in versus energy out, calories in versus calories out. If you consume less calories than you do burn off in a day, over a period of time you will end up losing body fat and losing weight, which is what we want. However, there's ways to go about it. So you've got to give yourself a time frame, a deadline to hit. Obviously I've got a competition to hit, so that's my deadline. But most people, you need to give yourself a lot of time. You can't just decide 2 weeks before you go in somewhere that you need to lose a lot of weight. Otherwise you will sacrifice a lot of muscle. The ideal deficit of calories that you need to be in is, I believe, is 10 to 15%. That way you will be able to consistently lose, you know, 2 to 4 pounds a week, and then as your body fat percentage gets really low, you will continue to lose about a pound a week. So that's what you want to be losing. If you're losing any more than that, you are putting yourself in danger of losing excess muscle, and sacrificing, you know, your hard-earned muscle, and strength will go down, and that's what we don't want. So we've talked about nutrition, so straight into point number 2 is protein. Everyone knows the importance of protein when it comes to gaining muscle or even on a cut. But people don't realise the importance of protein on a cut. You don't need as much protein when you're bulking because you're in a calorie surplus. Your body isn't depleted, so you're not going to be cutting into the muscle, breaking it down to be used as energy. However, when you're in a calorie deficit, if you haven't got the protein there, you will be dipping into your muscle, and that's how you will lose muscle, because your body will be starving, you won't have the energy, and you will have to take it from somewhere, and that's going to come from your muscle. They will be broken down. Personally, I believe the bare minimum of protein that you should be consuming a day is 2 grams per kilogram of body weight. So I shoot for nearly 3 grams per kilo of body weight. I know it sounds nuts, but I am in the upper end because I'm training, I'm doing cardio every morning, 5-6 days a week, and I'm training 6 days a week with weights as well on top. So I'm literally, I'm putting it at the upper end. I know it's probably too much protein, but it's one thing that I'd rather be overdoing rather than underdoing, because if you're underdoing that, you're going to be sacrificing muscle straight away. Like I said, I haven't lost any muscle on this prep. It's working for me. It's not a stupid amount of protein. I'm only on like 270 grams of protein a day. If it was in the stupid amounts, like going into the 300-400 grams for my body weight, it would be like a stupid amount where I could be getting that energy then from carbs and fat. Most people are trained, say, 3 to 5 days a week. I'd say shoot for a minimum of 2 grams per kilo of body weight. That way you're putting yourself in the safe zone. Yeah, you might be consuming too much protein, but there's no harm in having a little bit too much protein. It's a really good source of food anyway. It's going to keep you fuller for longer rather than carbs, and you're just going to feel better having protein regularly through the day. Okay, so 3rd point. This is a really important point for those of you who get lethargic when dieting, which happens. It's really hard to push through, but this is when you've really got to grind through it. You've got to train as if you're getting 400 grams of carbs a day. you've got to train as if you're trying to bulk, trying to put on muscle. Because if the moment you think, oh, I'm cutting, I'm not going to gain any muscle, so, you know, what's the point in training? Because I get that mentality. I added last prep and I lost so much muscle. Honestly, the things I've learned this prep compared to last prep, the things I've fixed that I knew I'd done wrong, it's meant that how much things have changed, and I haven't lost anything this prep. Last prep, I went from 130 kilo bench press to barely benching 100 kilos. And you don't realise how demoralising and how hard it is to come to the gym knowing like 4 months ago you could bench 130, nearly touching 140, and now you can't even do 2 plates. So you don't want that to happen to you, and this is a simple way to prevent it. Train hard. Train as hard as you were when you were trying to put on muscle. So point number 4, lift heavy. I didn't do it last prep. I didn't strength train. I cut it out because I thought I'm dieting, I'm prone to injury, which you are. But if you strength train, still leaving reps in the tank, using RPE, still using heavy weight, you got to stay strong to keep the muscle. A natural lifter simply can't hold on to muscle if it's not needed. The body only builds muscle because it thinks it's needed. And if you're not lifting heavy, you're not pushing your body, you're not training as hard as you were, then your body's going to sacrifice muscle because it's going to think it's not needed anymore. And that's the reality of it. You've got to think of it logically. So continue to lift heavy, continue to train as hard as you were when you were bulking. Okay, so last point, cardio isn't essential. It winds me up when people say, right, I'm cutting out 5 days a week of cardio when you haven't been doing any throughout your bulk, which is the reality. You get lazy when you're bulking. You think, oh, I'm going out for a meal tonight, what's the point of me doing cardio? Yeah, I get it. I've been there, I've done it. But cardio isn't essential. It's not something you have to do for fat loss. People see, they say, oh, summer's coming up now, gotta do loads of cardio, and then they sack off like a little bit of weight training for cardio. Weights is so much better. Not only does it burn a lot of calories in the session, but when your body's trying to repair and rebuild the muscle that's been broken down in the session, that's using energy. Your body's working. So the moment you do cardio, the moment you step off that machine from doing cardio, your body stops working because you're not pushing yourself. You're not breaking down muscle when you're doing cardio. High intensity interval training cardio, HIIT cardio, fair enough. Yeah, your body's going to be wrecked afterwards. Your heart rate's going to be up, down, up, down, up, down. Still going to be working afterwards. So if you're going to do any type of cardio, first of all, I'd say start with HIIT. Not only is your body fat going to be higher at the start of a cut, you're going to be able to work harder. When you start getting depleted, seriously low body fat percentage, you can switch to low intensity cardio, less, like literally heart rate around 130, 140, not too extreme. But cardio is just a fat loss tool that can be implemented deeper into a cut as a boost when you start to plateau from the diet. The diet is what's going to make you lose fat. Like I said, if you're in a calorie deficit, all cardio is going to do is put you into a further calorie deficit. So if you want to keep muscle and keep yourself in a slight deficit, you're going to have to eat more. So it's up to you. Do you want to eat more and do more cardio, or do you want to eat a little bit less and do less cardio so your body's not feeling knackered all the time? You'll perform better in the gym doing less cardio. I like to keep cardio as minimal as possible. We've only upped it now to a stupid amount because we're 6 weeks out and we're just going to smash it now. So that's my 5 tips to keep and maintain muscle and strength when you're dieting. So I hope you like this video. It's a bit different to normal. I've rambled on for so long, I don't know how long it's going to be. But leg day today, so I'm training legs later, 6 weeks out. I'll record the session, hopefully get it edited and up within the next few days as well. So make sure you subscribe. Lots more videos coming out now because we're literally getting so close to this classic bodybuilding comp. I'll keep you all updated. Instagram, I'll post every day how the cut's going, you know, giving you loads of tips. So make sure you follow me on Instagram. It's at Llew Gibson. Subscribe. Like this video if you like this type of video, comment any videos you want to see, and I'll see you in a bit.